I just got some new goodies in the mail and I have to talk about them because they're so freaking beautiful. Okay, latest order from Archer and Olive. These are the newest, like, everyday collection journals that they do. They have their seasonal releases, and then they also have, like, this is a notebook design we're gonna keep in stock for a while. Asterisk, unless it sells out repeatedly over and over and over again, and then they don't ever bring it back. Or if they do bring it back, it's not in that same color scheme, and then you cry because you couldn't get it the first time in the color scheme that you wanted. But that's not me today, friends, because today, their latest release, they released two designs. One was called the Songbird, I believe, but I don't give a shit respectfully about her because I am all for the Majestic Skies celestial design. And it's stunning and I'm so excited. Okay, yes, I did get 3 sizes of it. It's it's my weird journal habit, not yours. So I'm legitimately telling you that when this package got to me yesterday, I fully gasped and got chills when I opened it. I'm gonna show you the square first because she's just so freaking stunning. Are you kidding? Holy shit. It's so freaking beautiful. Good grief. I mean, the boxes also are stunning. Let's just give it up for the boxes for a second. Like, put gold foil on teal or emerald ever, and I will just be happy for eternity. So yeah, this is the square 8" by 8" Majestic Skies. Wow. I mean, if you're not applauding, like, what are you doing? It's so freaking stunning. Like, literally 10-year-old Emma is feral right now for this design. I was a small youth living in my fantasy imagination world, and celestial designs like this just took over my brain. And 30-something-year-old Emma is living for it. Are you kidding? The back. They've been getting into the full cover designs more in the last year, which I'm very, very pleased with. I've been asking for it for ages, and by asking for it, I mean I've been saying it, like, in my brain and maybe out loud in my house. I don't know how many times I have, like, said it to them. Face to face, none. But on social media, maybe like once or twice. I've been like, please go in this direction. We love this direction. But they've specifically been doing more with doing a full cover, having a beautiful spine. Oh my god. With the, are you kidding? With, like, moon through star to, I'm going to interpret that as a sun since we have all 3 represented here. Yes, my washing machine is on in the background on the other side of this wall, and no, I don't care. I have to talk about this right now. But they have also been experimenting with, like, putting some designs on the back, but usually it's been the same thing as what's on the front, but without the foiling, and I am so, so pleased that this has the foiling all over. Wow, and it's just so stunning. Okay, and here's the cool thing. Like, getting the square, we're gonna go ahead and spoiler show you the B5 really quick. I just have been falling in love with the square design from the spatial, using it as my bullet journal vibe for this last year, which has been lovely. But oftentimes when they have a cover design like this, it is optimized, there you go, for the A5, B5 kind of vibe. And I love that they really put the thought into this one of, like, no, you're getting this, like, full concentric circle kind of situation on the square, so that no matter which one of these you get, you're getting this, like, vibe of outside the frame, there's this continued circle, and you get this really huge sun. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the only thing, is this is so much smaller so that you can fit in all of this. But, like, on the B5, are you kidding? This is so freaking stunning. But I just love it that they're putting the thought in, like, what kind of design will work for both, right? And then yeah, you do get a little bit of this vibe on the B5. I gotta say, I think this is really gorgeous. I do kind of wish it was slightly more on this scale that the B5 has, because I just love how freaking big the sun is on the front. Like, it's so good. It's so beautiful. But I'm very pleased either way. Oh my god, they're just stunning. And then of course we have our handy dandy elastic pen loop, and then on the inside cover, look at that, they're so just cute little planets and stars. And I really appreciate that they have been using all different kinds of stars. That's kind of, is it a pet peeve? Sure, we'll call it that. I'm a big fan of stars. There are many different ways to draw a star. It doesn't have to just be the little like crosshatch 5-pointed little pentagram vibe. It can also be this little 4-pointed like swoop 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 buddy. But it can also be a 6-pointed star, or an 8-pointed star, or it can be just little dots like this. I adore that this has all of these different types of stars. Yeah, and then they've got some that are the like pentagrams but filled in. Oh my god, I just love it. And the shooting stars as well. It's just so beautiful. So yes, I bought 3 versions of it so that I could use one up and then still have more. And then let me show you, I actually surprised myself a little bit with this third one. This is not just an A5, it is the brand new refillable journal cover, which is in an A5 size. So same design, except instead of being a hardback like the other notebooks, it has a soft like bendable cover. These are all of the like faux leather, and they have this really nice like mottled detail, if you can see that. There we go. And this is A5 size, but comes with this magnetic, can we say words? I'm too excited about the celestial to be able to speak. It comes with a magnetic little closure buddy, which I think is kind of fun. Though I don't know, it's different and it's cute, but I might have still preferred like this elastic band to go across the front. However, I will say, this being a refillable little, they're calling it a system, is so cool. And it comes with one of these in here, same dot grid 160 GSM paper, but these little inserts you can buy separately, and they have blank ones, they have lined ones. You can also buy more of the dot grid ones, and I just think that's so neat. So you can fully pull it out and replace it with something else. So this physical cover for a girly who loves stars and moons and suns and celestial vibes, and particularly a girly who loves gold. I mean, can we just have a little commotion for the nails for a second? This is Holo Taco's coin toss from the Pixel Perfect collection. Yeah, she's a chunky hollow glitter. It, like, for someone like me who is living for these deep jewel tone covers, give me the navy, give me the sapphire blue, and put some gold foil on it, and then stamp it with as much celestial shit as you possibly can. Are you kidding? When I opened this box yesterday, I perished in my kitchen. Like, time of death was like 6:23 p.m. I fully perished. Oh my god. Anyway, back to this little guy. This is the first time I'm trying something like this from the brand. They have done journal covers before, but usually they're ones that are like clear or some kind of version of that are meant to fit these. So you're buying the hardback notebook from the brand and then putting a cover on this to keep this safe, versus this is the cover, it is the same design, and the thing that you're switching out are these inserts. And I think that's actually pretty great, because this is like, okay, I'm going on a gig, I'm doing some kind of class or seminar or whatever, and I want to take some notes, but I don't necessarily want to dedicate like a hardback notebook to it. I want something that's a little easier to manage, this is perfect for that because I can fill up as many of these as I want and keep this same thing. Now, one criticism, I'm curious to try this out. I say one criticism and then I'm interrupting myself with a separate criticism. Okay, two minor criticisms. One, the first minor one that I may change my mind on is this magnetic closure right here. My first instinct is like, I don't like that it covers up part of the design. I wish that either this had something on it, literally we could just put some of these stars here so that it looks like it continues, or even just some of these little like border dots here so that this doesn't look like it's a completely separate piece from the rest of the cover itself. Everything else is fully and completely designed with that debossed little pieces like here in the frame, as well as the center circle is lower than everything else, and it's like a slightly different, deeper hue of blue than this because it's been pressed flat. So we've got the debossing and we've got the stamping and we've got the foiling and all that good stuff. This piece, this singular piece, has nothing on it, and it is covering up this frame on the back and this section of the design on the front. I wish this had something on it. Either it had exactly this, so when you layer it, it makes it sort of melt into the cover, and it's like you can still see the rays of the sun, and then you can still see the frame, but obviously depending on like how thick this gets, this might slide a little bit and it might not be quite exactly lined up. So like, I understand not wanting to do that, maybe continue the exact design overlaid on top, but I would still appreciate this having some stars or something, or even just these little gold dots like going around framing it. It looks like it's a completely different piece. Now this is the first time they're trying something like this. If they were to say, hey Emma girlie, what are your thoughts? I would say, these are my thoughts. So I might have preferred in that case one of these elastic little bands, because then I would have been able to still see the majority of the design. A lot of times the band itself just sort of like melts away into the background. You're not really noticing it, and I would have preferred to be able to see the entire picture at once. However, I'm curious to see how I like this as I use it. I kind of like that it comes over and closes, but my big criticism about this is that it covers up the design and this has nothing on it when the rest of it is so maximal. Why is this minimal? Then I was concerned when I was looking at the listing, because this little pin loop right here was kind of hidden. It was like flat down in the listing photos, and because it's the same color, I was like sort of visually missing it. Like, okay, does it come with a pin loop? Does it not? Great news, it does. This is my other concern, is that this bad boy seems to be made of the same kind of like a vinyl faux leather material that the rest of the cover is made out of. So it's soft, it's pliable. However, it is just stitched on right here, and I've already tried to put a pin in it. It has no stretch, unlike the elastic ones that are black that come on the rest of them that are glued in. So I'll show you how it looks in the back. In the rest of their journals, they have these little pen loops that are basically stuck under these end pages and like glued in place, and then no matter how you like pull on it, it's nice and stretchy. It'll fit various pen sizes and it doesn't come apart, but it is black because these are kind of like, I don't know, mass produced. You can buy these separately where they just have like a little adhesive thing, and you can stick them in any journal in case you have a notebook that doesn't come with a pen loop automatically. And I've had a few of those in the past, but I've always appreciated that Archer and Olive includes them. I wish they used their same loop for this bad boy, because this guy is just stitched in right here, and I'll show you. If I pull it back, you can see like, I've not pulled the stitching or anything, but you can just see like the part where the color didn't quite get transferred and it doesn't fit the pen that I used to write with every day. So I switch I switch kind of between my favorite pens, but right now my tried and true pen, which for a long time has been the Papermate Flare, has been letting me down. So I have instead been using the Sharpie S gel pen, and it's this really pretty kind of like rose golden-ish color. But this like finger pad is too thick for this, and there's no stretch. So I'll show you. I was trying to put it in here. There's, oh my god, I'm having to shove it. And then it gets to that fattest part right there. And if I keep shoving this through, I'm afraid I'm gonna rip it, and or if I get it in, I will never be able to get it back out. This does not happen with the elastic one. Oh my god, I'm trying to pull, there we go. So another pen I use a lot are the Papermate Ink Joy. They're like the gel 0.7 whatever. This does not have like a woo, like a little hourglass wavy like finger guard like this thing does. So this fits just fine. It's almost like exactly, it's still snug, almost exactly like the inner circumference of what this is. But I mean, I'm just afraid this is gonna rip off, and I might even just go ahead and cut it off and use one of my little elastic loops that I have and replace it, because this I don't like. This is like, I can take or leave this little magnetic thing. I do wish it had a design on it, but this pin loop I think was a poor choice personally. But again, this is the first time they are trying something like this out, so this is where, oh no, the feedback from people comes in handy. Okay, actually having my pen here, if I turn this, pushes this out far enough that it has a little bit of trouble getting the magnet. Okay, I don't like that. Sir, what do you mean? Okay, this was not supposed to be like an exposed video. I came in here fully hot, prepared to tell you how much I love all of this. But like, I knew that I was gonna love the B5. I knew that I was gonna love the square. This was a risk. I took a gamble on this. In general, I like it. However, these are the two different things, the two different elements, this magnetic closure and this different pin loop fabric. Oh my god, see, I hate that right there. Yeah, like, yes, I do think it should have a pin loop, absolutely. This should have a closure, absolutely. But I wish that they had gone tried and true with the elastic, because it would come over here, and then no matter how fat your journal gets, like even just a little bit of extra space, the magnet stops being aligned, because I don't think the magnet on the inside of the cover goes all the way. Yeah, right there, right here, it's not magnetizing. Right there, it's not magnetizing. Only when it gets almost all the way to this circle does it magnetize. And if you're using a pen that's bigger than mine, or if you're keeping any other pages in here, you're immediately gonna lose this closure. Wow, okay, that's disappointing. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna rip this. Oh no. Do you see what I mean? Like, it has no stretch. Oh, Jesus. And it makes me feel like I'm gonna fully rip it. I might just cut it out and put my own little thing in there. I don't know that I can do very much about this bad boy. Aside from doing major surgery, which I don't particularly want to do. So this might be one of those things that, like, I don't know, it makes it immediately less usable, in my opinion. If I feel like I can't keep a pen here, or if this can't get any thicker than it already is in order for the magnet function to work. So, but I mean, here's the thing. They're trying something new. I think the general idea of this with the system is fabulous, and I will absolutely send them an email and just be like, hey, I love all of this. Can I offer 2 pieces of feedback and go from there? If this had the elastic closure on the front as well as the elastic pen loop, I would be sold, because then I could literally use this for years and just switch out the like paper blanks in the center. Absolutely. Okay, so that's my review. B5, stunning. 8x8, stunning. New A5 journal cover system. We're gonna give you, oh shit, I don't know, 7 out of 10, maybe. Is that generous? I mean, it's really just these two elements that are kind of killing it for me. Everything else is wonderful, but if it's literally the thing that keeps it closed, even if it's a small element and the rest of it's wonderful, like this would take off a good amount of points for me. We're gonna go 7 out of 10 for the moment. Quick pause, editing Emma here. I have changed my mind. My rating is actually going to be a 4 out of 10, because the closure not closing and then having to completely cut out a piece that was manufactured in and replace the pen loop myself means I'm just not going to reach for it. And realistically, if I'm not reaching for it, then I'm not using it, and then what did I spend money on, right? So sorry, 4 out of 10, but everything else, 10 out of 10. And I'm curious to see how it holds up over time. Another thing that I got was these vinyl planner tabs for the first time ever. I have never used these before, because if you watch my other videos, you know that I do my own thing for how I have my months split up, but I did go ahead and use one for July in my current setup. Oh, can we tell that she has a theme that she likes? Oh my god. See, example of, they totally could have put the same design on the back. But I did go ahead and try out a little July bunny. How cute is that? Yeah, and then I have it right here for my boop boop July cover page. And I mean, the color scheme and the stars just are perfect. So I'm curious to try those out. But all in all, this design is gorgeous. The majestic skies, the gold foil, absolutely stunning. I am curious to see if they come out with a 2.0 version of this cover with these changes, changing it from the little magnetic like front loop. What's even the name for this? I feel like I should know that, as someone who sews and like creates bags for a living. Except that my bags don't have this. Yeah, I don't, this, it's like a buckle, but it doesn't actually buckle. You get what I'm trying to say. This tab closure, jury's out on this. If they want to keep this, then I think there's a way to improve it. Make the magnet go all the way across, make it strong enough to be able to withstand being pulled out to here, because right here the magnet's not responding at all. It has to be all the way up to the circle in order for the magnet to respond. Otherwise it just doesn't even do it. And if my pen is going to be like a little thick boy, it's going to immediately take apart the structural integrity of keeping my journal closed, right? And then I would absolutely recommend that they axe this entirely. This loop is not passing the vibe check, not approved. This we can work with, we can improve her, but the other one, absolutely not. Nix it and go back to the tried and true. Okay, that was my super quick asterisk, absolutely not, review of my brand new goodies from Archer and Olive and their majestic skies design in the various sizes. Y'all, it's gorgeous. I love her. Archer and Olive is a brand that I have been using for, oh my god, 3 years now, ever since I found them in like 2022 question mark. Yeah, like, I love them, and I do appreciate that they listen to feedback. So I think I won't be the only one who has this opinion, and I do think that they will potentially update this for a 2.0 version in the future. But obviously, like, if it works for your needs, if this doesn't bother you, if you're not sticking anything in there, or if you're using a pen that is thin enough to not mess with that loop very much, it won't get stuck in the loop, and also it won't raise the profile of how far the little magnetic tab comes out from the pages, then you're going to be golden and you're going to be fine. So yeah, please, if you're interested, try it out. I have absolutely no affiliation with them. They don't know that I exist, aside from maybe whoever runs their Instagram might recognize my username, because I'm always commenting, more celestial designs, please. Aside from that, this is just a fan showing some love to a brand that she loves, and I hope you have all had a lovely day. The world is a big fat trash fire, so let me like my fancy paper. Let me just sit here with my fancy with my fancy notebooks and just wee. I'm just gonna stare at this. Okay. Love you so much. Have a magical day. Bye.